Welcome guys to Popcorn and Gore Gothic GrindHouse. Sorry guys, I haven't been doing a video in a while. I've been working on a massive drive-in sci-fi, black action sci-fi, and sex exploitation folder wheel. So this is what I've been doing, organizing and putting everything all together. So guys, click that like button and subscribe if you like what I do. This will be my collection haul, sort of reorganization of my exploitation file. Bin. This will be shelf number 6, and I just want to go through some of the media that I did already have already set up. Starting with some of the baddest film directors in the business: Roger Corman and Jerry Groves, and just about everybody that's on this side right here. Al Adamson, Tevi Michaels. I mean, just about everybody. All my favorite directors over here. So I'm gonna be going over my massive wheel as far as my exploitation and taking y'all guys through some of the features that I had rolling for since April. So now we're on to the exploitation cult classics. So I'll be throwing in some of the best directors. So y'all guys click that like button and subscribe if you like what I do. And if you have any movies, we'll talk about some movies that you like and some stuff that you're doing in your lab. So I've been working on this massive wheel. So I'm going to take y'all guys through all of what I had to watch in order of the watch list. So this will be collection shelf number 6. My favorite directors and GrindHouse featured wheel. Let's get into it. All right, guys, we're going to briefly go over some of my GrindHouse wheel. This is the entire wheel that I was working on for this entire weekend. This entire wheel is still rolling right now because I'm only on third way to the wheel. I think I'm on this part of the wheel right here. And this is Exploitation GrindHouse, Sex Exploitation GrindHouse, and Coke GrindHouse from various boutique labels. And this is the entire wheel for 70's. And I believe some go over to 2009, but try to keep it mostly the 70's wheels. So this is the exploitation. So this is what you will see that's playing on 42nd Street during that time, and I just hooked them up with as double features, almost like how this one is, like a double feature shock wheel. So thank y'all guys for checking me out. As always, click that like button and subscribe, and we're gonna get right into it with the first one that I've rode, because this wheel goes this way all the way to the end, stops here. So let's get into it. My ultimate GrindHouse, 70's and late 80's driving. All right, so first up to play in that wheel, we got the 70's, 60's George Romero, Night of the Living Dead. This also played at the drive-in too, also on 42nd Street, and it's one of my staples in my collection. Y'all always know I like a lot about not having too many copies, shall I say, of Night of the Living Dead, which is one of my favorite films. George Romero is one of my favorite film directors. And this wheel starts off with the 68th remake of, well, original of Night of the Living Dead, 50th anniversary. And I also do have the Cretan Collection Blu-ray, which is one of my favorites. It's pretty clear and pretty awesome. So we started off the wheel with the 50th anniversary of Night of the Living Dead. Cut this road first in this particular drive-in that I'm doing. So my wheel is almost the same how they have theirs on 42nd Street, but instead I'm going in order of how I watch them in my collection list lineup. And this entire wheel has been rolling and still is rolling right now. This is my entire GrindHouse for 42nd Street. So we started off with Night of the Living Dead. Okay, so next up we have Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things. Not one of my favorites too also. Special features is totally awesome in this. Totally badass. It's a Blu-ray edition, of course. Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things. Another one of my favorites. And also, one of my favorite film directors was on hand when they filmed this, Tevi Michaels. who also lent his assistance to getting the color gambit on this film pretty much right, because they had it too lit up. Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things, not one of my favorites. Y'all also know that I'm a huge fan when it comes to good transfers, all that kind of good stuff like that. So this is an excellent transfer. And I know the artwork, actually it is reversible artwork. I had reviewed this before. I'm just trying to remember what I did before. So this is one of the poster shots that also would have been in the lobby when you went to go see this movie. Well, feature. And these are some of the lobby card shots from the movie. There's Alan. It's not bad at all. And there's the ultimate shot of the secondary poster of Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things. And it's also reversible artwork too also. It basically looks like this when you take a look at it. It also looks like that on the inside. That's the original poster shot. Alright. Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things. Alright, so next up we have The Last House on the Left. Wes Craven and Tobe Hooper's classic. Last House on the Left. One of my favorites too also. Everything on this wheel is my favorite. This is why I'm rolling. And this is the Earl's collection. And the artwork is reversible. So I'm just going over, guys, my favorite wheels. All these are what rode on my entire favorite drive-in 42nd Street wheel. And this is the original cover artwork on it. Okay. It rests on 13 acres of land over the very threshold of hell, over the very center of hell. I like the advertisement in the poster bill when it first came out, because they offered, if you've seen this, the same makers were making other movies too. That's why you'll see why I got them all lined up, and I'll have that out just for a reason, because I did have this double featured. Okay, so next up we have the original 78 version of I Spit on Your Grave. So beautifully done. So these will always be double featured in my collection. I also do have the Blu-ray version of it too, also already on my hard drive already. So I'll just be upgrading this just for the Blu-ray, just so I have it on media too also. So these will be the two double features that had rode predominantly in the my featured wheel. All right, so next up we have Thriller, aka A Cruel Picture, aka They Call Her One Eye, shall I say. Christina Lindbergh. One of my favorites too also. I believe this played at the Liberty too also. Ultimate. Alright, so we have Thriller. This is a limited edition copy too also. I will be ordering the Blu-ray too also, because I do have that already on my hard drive. But I'll back that up as a secondary, just to have the Blu-ray and have it set up on my shelf. So guys, this was a fantastic wheel that I was actually going through, because you know I'm a 70's guy. I've been born in the 70s, so actually born in 72. And I love a lot of movies from the 70s. And I try to collect most of them from the 70s. So this will be my collection update, because I know I haven't done a video in a while. After my birthday was in April. So I decided to, right during that time, to set up a massive wheel. So this is what we're doing now. So I said, I'll just wait later on and just do a video on it. So this is where we are now with the massive 42nd Street Grindhouse Exploitation wheel classics, the ultimate edition. All right, so next up we have Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Now, this is not the right way to have it. I just love the shot of that ass on the back, so that's why I actually did it, because this is a very, very nice shot that I actually like out of the whole entire movie, especially if I don't know if y'all guys remember when she got up off of the swing and she went close to the house because they were knocking on the door at first, but she went to go sit on the swing while he was knocking on the door. He was confronted by Leatherface and taken to the back. She got up off the swing because she was calling him and he was taking too long to answer, so she began to walk to the house. That shot is iconic. Me being an independent film director myself, working on my own film called Uncharted, I love that low angle shot. It makes the house look bigger and it makes the story even more bolder. So they did a huge job when it came to the shots and camera movement, and the audio was just badass, and all the characters just rock. So this was always a staple in my collection. I remember I used to have this on VHS, and I used to roll it all the time, man. I think it was out through Video Treasuries, I believe, and I used to roll that thing all the time, man. So now I have part 1 and part 2 on my hard drive, but this is part 1, the original. Decided to have it on Blu-ray. So these are some of my features that I'm rolling for this entire wheel of the 42nd Street Grindhouse Texas Chainsaw Massacre. All right, so next up we have double feature shock show. Don't Look in the Basement and Don't Open the Door. It's ultimate classic double feature wheel. And inside, show you guys what it looks like inside. It also has the double poster bill, reversible artwork. And this is the DVD, and this is the Blu-ray version. I'll show you guys with that what it looks like. Nothing special, just the posters on the DVD of the two double features. Y'all know I love double features in here. So guys, click that like button and subscribe if you like what I do. I love double features, so I end up setting my shelf up, and this is the particular shelf that y'all looking at. Some of the features from that shelf that y'all looking at now that I put into one gigantic wheel for the 42nd Street Grindhouse. And that's the reversible artwork. This is the DVD. So there you have it, Grindhouse double feature wheel. Don't Look in the Basement and Don't Open the Door. I love Don't Open the Basement. I mean, Don't Look in the Basement. It's my favorite. All right, so next up we have The Range. I don't know if y'all inspired by that movie, the one that started it all, but this is the closest film to that one. The Range was just like the ultimate, because they took it over to the threshold of hell, and they wanted to do this as a reminder to that film about Ed Gein. If y'all remember his little sex stories and how he had everybody in there, he was a cannibal, and this guy played it really, really good, and pretty sadly died a unnatural death, and but the worst has yet to happen, and this was the ultimate. He did a good motherfucking job playing this goddamn character here, I tell you. Robert Blossoms. That guy was serious. So to this day, no other film has yet to top this film. It is the closest to the Ed Gein story as you're gonna get. The Ranged. Oh, I love you, Mary. Started off badass. No special features. K&L classics. The Ranged. Alright, so next up we have Cannibal Girls, which I reversed the cover artwork. It looks totally badass. Eugene Levy, two of the best actors in the business, and you got Andrea Martin, and this is the cover I went with because it matched the disc. So I was like, I'm just gonna cover it up the one that matches the disc. Thought it was real badass. This is the chapter menu, looking pretty much badass. I like the shots of the vitriol color. This film was just an ultimate, and then this is the same. Way I'm pulling them out, guys, is the same way I was watching these films, and I'll show y'all which one I stopped on. So, but this wheel is still rolling. This is how massive this wheel is. There's the artwork on the reversible cover. Apologize about the glare, guys. Trying to get some of it off. And then we bring the fold-out card back in. And like I said, I went with this cover on the reversible because I love the way the discs look as the reversible. So all you do is cook and eat. The meat has to be cut right. Mrs. Johnson, yes! It's be so fresh, it get up and tell you itself. Cannibal Girls. First they have you for lunch, and then they have you for dinner. And it says a warning bell was installed to let you know when to turn away, so you won't be seeing such frights. Cannibal Girls. This thing rocks. Totally awesome. I will be upgrading this on Blu-ray, but for now I like my DVD copy of it. Cannibal Girls. Now with these two guys, y'all know I always do a double feature on these, the children. So let's take that away first. That's one of my favorite. I'll be getting this big poster shot too, also of the children. I want to get that as a poster on my wall. So this is a combo pack. I normally roll these two together. This is why I brought them up, because we are doing double features, double and triple features, guys, in here in my ultimate 42nd Street Pete edition, inspired edition, shall I say, by the old 42nd Street GrindHouse. And if you don't know what the term GrindHouse means, that they were just turning over movies left and right. So the GrindHouses never close it. They at least about an hour or so. There's always features playing, and then you can go up down to like the Liberty, Beverly, and all those ones. Those drive houses playing the most Altum, the Alto. They were all just playing the Riviera. They were playing as most of them were playing double features, and some features I'll show y'all guys that stayed at the drive-in for almost a month. That's how long it was. And I believe that was the Elsa, She-Wolf of the SS. She played there like for a whole month, along with Make Them Die Slowly, which is AKA Cannibal Holocaust. So yeah, this is the children, and this is the DVD. This is the reversible artwork combo pack. This is the Blu-ray. It is headed in Boston green. Almost look like this. So I like the way it was, the way I have it, with the children on the front. Like this is the actual. And I like how they got it one disc for this side and one disc for that side, as opposed to the other ones that just have one neutral disc. Like the one that you just saw that I did, Cannibal Women. They only had one side for one disc. This one has, since it's a two disc, they can do both sides of the jackets. But yeah, the children was my all-time favorite. And of course, Bloody Birthday, which is also my favorite. This is a Earl release. I believe this one is a Severin release. No, Vinegar Syndrome. Vinegar Syndrome and Earl. So most of this stuff is broken up from my boutique labels too also. So I'm bringing them out as the wheel rolls along. And now this is also a reversible artwork, but not a combo pack, previously done by Earl Video. And I'll show y'all what the top looks like. Let me get in a little bit more closer. Okay. And this is a picture of the cake, but I wanted a picture of, the teddy bear and the cake on the front, opposed to just a cake, because we know it's a birthday. But the first one symbolizes a real bloody birthday. When you see a cake bleeding and a teddy bear with an arrow through its eyes, that really symbolizes the old classics. Remember how on the back of the VHS boxes on VHS tapes, I used to always buy it for the way how the box looked. You know what I mean? It had to have the total package. If I was going to pick it up in the video store, it had to have good artwork. It had to have good special features, and it had to look badass on the front cover. Then it would be in my shopping cart. And I just started collecting and collecting and collecting. So this is what this wheel started to turn out to be. So yeah, Bloody Birthday. So these two also was a combo pack, double feature that rolled on my double featured wheel for my 42nd Street GrindHouse. And like I said, this is from the Vinegar Syndrome and from Earl release, boutique labels. All right, so next up we have from Blue Underground, we have Snuff, the bloodiest thing that ever happened in front of a camera. Special Features Edition. And it does have, apologize about the gray glass, try to get it off the front cover. I like the artwork on it, and the box too also was like totally badass. And it says, in making of this film, were never seen or heard again. The actors and the actresses. So it's briefly done by Blue Underground. No, this is not a reversal artwork, guys, but it is a this is the same neutral color on the inside, which is, I thought, pretty much rock. They could at least put a photo out on the inside. That way, like a snuff, like a picture of the scissors, maybe with a real picture of the killing on the front. I mean, on the cover, on the inside, to make it look pretty badass. And then they could have done something in the bottom too, also as a bottom filler for it. So, Blue Underground is always the one that kind of does stuff like that. So maybe this needs to get an upgrade. It probably already does. I'll do some checking on it to find out. If y'all do, let me know in the bottom of the comments if this does have a at least a steelbook or something like that release that I may have missed. So let me know, guys, on the comments below. And thank you guys for checking out this long tutorial. This is going to be my 42nd Street GrindHouse Exploitation Fever Cult Classics edition. Sorry, guys, I haven't been doing a video in a while because I've been busy watching movies. And thank you guys for liking what I do. And don't forget to click that like button and subscribe. We have from Blue Underground, Snuff, the bloodiest thing that ever happened in front of a camera. All right, guys, so next up we have Sick Girl. Leslie Andrews is one of my favorites too also. It's pretty much badass on this particular one. Special features predominantly rocks too also. You got to check her out too also because she does her little special features bonus in the, on this same DVD where she tells you what inspires her and stuff like that. And I think she really nailed it, and she's really into gore and special effects, obviously. But she became a staple in my collection because she's weird, and I like the way she really portrays herself as one of the dead, and I just love her style and the way she comes up with all these fiendish ways to kill herself or be killed in a feature. And this is what it looks like on the inside. Hope not to get a rating for this, but this is what it looks like. All nice and gory and classic. And she calls herself Izzy as a character. And it says, "Say hello to Izzy. Now say goodbye." Special feature are awesome. Yeah. Sick Girl. Leslie Andrews. Okay, what not best to have the next coming attraction. Just to tell you all about Diane Thorne, if you don't know about Diane Thorne, she's the most best female villain character that has ever done it on the screen. And this one right here, Elsa the Wicked Warden, was the one that played in the Liberty Drive-In for 1 whole month straight. So we got Diane Thorne, the Tigress of Sheba. I also have the rest of them too, the Oil Shrieks, and I also do have Elsa the Wicked Wander, the Wicked Warden. I also do have SS Froline. I also do have Love Camp 7. I also do have Elsa what is it? SS of She-Wolf. She-Wolf of the SS. That's the one that rode in the drive-in for 1 whole month. I'm sorry. Instead of not, there wasn't this, and it was, and I do also have that on my massive hard drive too also. So it was Elsa the She-Wolf of SS, which rode in the Liberty Drive-In for 1 whole month. Then they started shitting out the rest of them, Tigress of Sheba, and then Elsa the Wicked Warden from Cheesy Flicks Entertainment, which is my favorite. I love Cheesy Flicks. So you had Elsa the Wicked Warden, and you had Elsa the She-Wolf of SS, and then you had the Tigress of Sheba. Then you had Elsa the I think it was the Oil Shrieks. So I gotta love Diane Thorne. She's a female James Bond, and she wrote as a double classic. Well, triple classic, because I do have the rest on my hard drive. So Diane Thorne, Elsa the Wicked Warden. And also do have Melissa 1, do 2 also. And Fräulein Kitty, I also do have that too also. I actually had them two rolling together with Love Camp 7. And then I changed it to Love Camp 9 and had it with Elsa the Wicked Warden. And then if you throw in Pam Grier and all the rest of them, everything it balances out pretty good. But Elsa, the She-Wolf of SS. Alright guys, so this is the entire Roger Corman wheel that I had rolling for my 42nd Street GrindHouse Fever. Volume 1, or shall I say Series 1. This is how I have them in order on my shelf, and this is how in order I've been watching them. So we have the first off. In this triple feature, we have the Big Bird Cage, the Big Dollhouse, and you guessed it, Women in Cages. I love it. I also had this entire package hooked up with other stuff too. Also like Savage Sisters, the Jezebels, Mama's Dirty Girls. I mean, I just overloaded this thing because the rest I got on my hard drive. I'm just trying to remember a few. Street Woman. Another one was Barney's Kids. I mean, just about a lot of them that I had on this feature. And then also 99 Women. And then also another one too, also Barbed Wire Women. No, Barbed Wire Dolls. So I think I had this as a fifth triple feature. So it was Barbed Wire Dolls and 99 Women. Then all of the prison films were actually collected. And then you would throw in Terry Michaels' classic, his 10 Violent Women, and the Doll Squad and the rest. So yeah, so we have this one. It's not too bad. Let's go on inside and check it out. See what you get here in Roger Corman. He's my favorite director. Check him out. Signed to the thing by Roger Corman. There's Roger Corman there. He's a brilliant director. He's one of my favorite directors, next to George Romero and Roger Corman, and Jerry Gross, and Tevye Michaels, and Herschel Gordon Lewis, and all the rest. It's beautifully done on the inside. This is showing y'all guys a couple of ones that was on the photo too. There's the Big Dollhouse. These were the gigantic posters that were in the lobby lobby area. And also do have the Violent Years too also. I don't know if y'all guys remember that one, but I also do have that one too also. Yeah, some of the badass stuff that I was putting down. And this was a, like I said, it's a triple feature. And this is what you get on the inside. Roger Corman. Triple feature. All right, so next up, out of Roger Corman series, we have Jackson County Jail, No Place for a Lady. And we have Cage Heat. I told you, goddammit, I wasn't going back in there. She was crazy too. And these are some of the characters who played in it. It's Tommy Lee Jones and Yvette Mimieux. And over here on the girls, we had Roberta Collins, Rambeck Smith, you have Barbara Steele as the warden, and the rest of the girls. Yeah, so Roberta Collins, she came from a lot of other movies too, also. And so yeah, so some of the other ones came from Tevye Michaels stuff too, also. Beautifully done. Yeah, so we have Cage Heat and Jackson County Jail, No Place for a Lady. Nice Roger Corman double feature triple pack. One of my favorites. As I heard you guys like weenies. You heard wrong. All right, next up, we have Big Bad Mama, Roger Corbin's double feature, starring Angie Dickinson. Big Bad Mama 1 and Big Bad Mama 2. Can't be anybody else. You know, I love the hell out of Angie Dickinson. And I like the girls, too. Also, they played a good job, too. Also, I always have this hooked up with 10 Violent Women and the Great Texas Dynamite Chase, along with the other ones too. Smokey Bites the Big Dust, and sometimes I may have it hooked up too with Bonnie's Kids, or I may change it up and have her hooked up with Mama's Dirty Girls. So then it becomes a triple feature. So, but yeah, I loved it. All right, so next up we have triple feature again, action packed. We have Smokey Bites the Big Dust, The Great Texas Dynamite Chase, and Georgia Peaches. I haven't seen Georgia Peaches yet, but I mainly bought this for Smokey Bites the Big Dust and The Great Texas Dynamite Chase because I'm a huge fan. And what not better to have the best of my two favorite women on the front cover, Jocelyn Jones and Claudia Jennings on the front cover. Look at it. The money's still sitting there waiting for us to go in and get it. I like that shot right there. That shot's pretty much badass right there. It's epic shot. And I like how he has it with the bricks behind the wall. It really looks driving. And then when you pop it in, it's nothing but driving. So these are my favorite wheel. That's why I had to do a special one to this one, because this one. And there's Georgia Peaches and Smokey Bites the Big Dust. And when he means driving, but he means driving, and you really get it in there. You get the way the menu starts, the way you go to the lobby, you can go into the concession stand. I mean, he really get this thing hooked up. So yeah, and this is some of the lobby cards that you've seen for the poster bill that you were seeing on the inside of the case. Beautifully done. Yeah, guys. Well, we have it all together here. Yep, Roger Corman collection. All right, guys, so next up we have None of That. I also do have the big poster for this too also. 36 by 24 inch poster on the wall of gigantic poster of I believe it's a poster of, I don't remember what her name was, but I do have a poster, Sarah Nicklin, that's what I have on her on the wall. And then also have Nude Nuns with Big Guns, which is also my favorite too. Also hook these two up as a double feature. This is how I pretty much have them hooked up. And nothing special on the inside of this one. And nothing special on the inside of this one too also, but they also totally rock too also. I would love to get the rest of them too. Red Venom Kills, the next one on this one, and Nuns with Guns. I also like to get that one too also on this one. And I have a triple Nun Fest with this whole entire thing. None of that. All right, so next up we have my SRS collection. Gore Horror. I think I might get Garotica. And I kind of wanted to get I Spit Chew on Your Grave, but they said that was no longer in print anymore, and they haven't printed a print of it or a copy of it in 2 years. I was like, wow. So I was like shocked, because I thought I can really get a hold of that. So maybe I'm going to try Underground Sources to try to get it. Don't forget, guys, click that like button and subscribe if you like what I do. And this is going over my 42nd Street collection and some of my subgory horror for shelf number 6. So we have our SRS Gorgasm. There's one more that's missing too also, which I'll bring this over in the package. All right, so I decided to bring the rest of the two over to you also. That one was Lights, Camera, Blood, and of course, Channel 13, a horror anthology by the Mark and John Polona brothers, and Splatter Farms. So all this is pretty much on that kind of wheel like that. So I decided to just, do something special and try to line it all up and get something going on with it. So yeah, guys, that's what we have. So we have GoGasm, one of my favorites also. Tell them you want the ultimate climax. I will be getting Video Violence 1 and 2, now that I'm thinking about it, and Video Dead, and all the rest of them to put towards this wheel right here. And there was other features too that I also want to add to this one. Like I said, Red Venom kills, stuff like that. I spit Chew on Your Grave on that. This is Jody Russo's She Kills, featuring Trey Harrison. Got a righteous track playing on the jukebox. Gore Horror, Audrey Street. She's pretty badass in this. And I'm counting on that's probably not her real name. There's another stage name too also. But she plays Ultimate in Gore Horror. She goes, it's not going to work. Also, next up, we have Lights, Camera, Blood. He goes, you get all that organ? He said, yeah, I got it. All the organs and all that kind of good stuff. He said, I want you to make me a feature. A grab bag gold full of features. He said, I want you to do it real. You hear me? Or else you're fired. And he made him go out and do something really good. So they decided to just use real people and cut them up and kill them. And then they can really make a feature. Here's a close-up of the box. Pretty much badass. And then also next up, we have the Mark and John Polona brothers feature. A horror anthology, Channel 13. Totally badass. And on this one, I will be ordering Return of Splatter Farms too also. This is the original Splatter Farm. One of my favorites that started it off for me. This is when renting is not enough. You had to get more. This is the inside of Splatter Farm. Comes with the booklet. Old MacDonald had a farm. E-I-E-I-O. Artwork is pretty badass too also. And there's a shot of him leaning over his brother, which became the famous shot. So they just used basically the same clippings as the outside of the jacket, which is pretty cool because I heard that Mark had sent him a couple of shots that he wanted him to put on the front cover. So these are ones that they wanted to be on the front cover. Totally badass. And Monster Movie, which is totally funny. Splatter Farm and my SRS collection. It's pretty much badass. So close up of them. All right, so we'll be moving on to the next. All right, guys. So this is my Roger Corman's collection. So we got She Devils. I mean, I keep thinking I'm talking about. No, we talking about Doctor Who. See what happens when you do too much stuff together. Yeah, so we got Tevye Michael's Ultimate Collection here. We got the Blood Orgy of the She Devils, which is one of my favorites. You also, Madame Carter plays the wicked witch who knows and sees all. And she says, I'm not frightened. She says, I think now she's Jessica. It's funny as shit. Blood Orgy of the She Devils. So we have the Corpse Grinders, grinding people up into Lotus Cat Food, which is my favorite too also. He goes, no money, no meat. And I also do have the Corpse Grinders too also, so I guess I better get that and bring that out, huh? All right, so now we have the Ultimate Tevye Michael collection. All right, so we have the Corpse Grinders 2. We have the Corpse Grinders, of course. Then we have the Doll Squad, which is my favorite. Francine York as talented collection of the dolls. And you got them all hooked up where they go out and do all sorts of stuff for hire. And I actually had them hooked up too, also with Girls for Rent, with Georgina Spellman and another actor. It was a lot of stuff that I had double featured before. But normally I keep the Doll Squad along with 10 Violent Women. She goes, I think I want all your money. He goes, $50 million, my best collection. She walked in and robbed his ass. That shit was funny as shit. It almost reminds me of the Great Texas Dynamite Chase when she walks in and says, I want to borrow $50,000 from your vault. He goes, how do you want it? She goes, just stuff it in the bag. I thought it was funny as shit. All right, then we have another Terry Michaels. McRae's on the front cover. Girl in Gold Boots. Jody Daniels. So now we have the Ultimate Terry Michaels collection. Well, we have it set up like this. I've been doing this a whole long time. I could just set it up and have it to where so you can just take a pic of it. But that was Terry Michaels, one of my favorite directors. No Money, No Me. Another one, which is a triple feature too, also that I made as a side note, because I did play also the drive-in too, also a GrindHouse double shock show, Carnival of Blood, and Undertaker and his pals, along with Malatesta's Carnival of Blood. And I did throw in another bonus to also She Freaks by Todd F. Browning. Well, Freaks. Because this normally goes on that same pack when I throw in Al Adams and stuff like that. It's Malatesta's Carnival of Blood. So then this is when you'll bring in the Terry Michaels stuff. So you'll bring in the rest of those. So that's when that feature will start jumping off right here. So moving on next. All right, so next up we have double feature. Reform Schoolgirls, featuring the gorgeous and talented Sybil Downing. And Fraternity Vacation, which I haven't seen yet. But I mainly bought this for Reform Schoolgirls. I will be ordering this on Blu-ray too, also getting it separated from off of the disc, but this is what I have right now on the front of it. You can see the awesome kitty stomp and all that kind of good stuff. Because you're all wankers. Because your time is double. So is your chin. Then we got the Centerfold Girls. Rest in peace to Andrew Prime. Special features pretty much rocks too also. And then we also have Quentin Tarantino's Ultimate Collection here. Angel of Death, Death Proof, and Planet Terror. All that was the same wheel. Alright, so next up we will have Tori Santana and the Astro Zombies. I just reversed the cover artwork on it. It's another one of my favorites too also. So I just reversed the cover artwork on it, in front of it. K&L Studios. This is what it looked like before I reversed it. So that's what it used to look like before I reversed the cover artwork. So just changed it around a little bit. So this would be a triple feature because this is the way I normally have the wheel together. And on this side here, I just made my own jacket. We got Father's Day versus Zombie versus Strippers. And you got Trip with the Teacher on this one. And all these would roll together as a wheel. All right, so next up we have Trina Dobson as Cleopatra Jones, one of my favorites. That girl's 50 miles of bad road. And also do have this hooked up with Truck Turner. So this is going to be the Black Exploitation section. Guys, click that like button and subscribe if you like what I do. This is my ultimate monster 42nd Street wheel, GrindHouse. Cult classics from various boutique labels. This entire shelf is from shelf 6. And I've been doing my moving things around and getting a wheel done. And guys, if you like what I do, you want to talk about some flicks, click the like button and subscribe at the bottom. And let me know what you're watching on your GrindHouse list. But we got Cleopatra Jones, featuring now Shelley Winters as Mummy. The Candy Snatchers, that's my favorite too also. I have this hooked up too also, which I'll be ordering Kidnap Co-Ed and Axe. This is a double feature combo pack, reversible artwork on this particular one. I'll show y'all what this section looks like. This is the Blu-ray section, and this is what it looked like when you reverse it. Pro-Girl Candy, they had kidnapped Candy for ransom and didn't know nothing about all what was going on. They didn't even want Candy ass. I thought it was crazy as hell. All right, so we got Foxy Brown. So now we get into Jerry Gross's films. Foxy Brown, Pam Grier. Also, we ordering Sheba Baby 2 also. And just to throw that all in, since we're talking about majority of the black cinema exploitation wheel, I'll throw in, because I had her to also get Christina Love too. Also, it's a nice good syndicate show. This lady was a policewoman, and I also ordered. I had this for a while too also. So this is what this looks like. It comes out with a little fold out, and you can order more stuff like that. So yeah, I just thought that was nice. Get Christy Love. If you needed some work done, you need somebody to go get somebody, get Christy to do it. Christy take care of you. And her name is I think it's Graves. I forgot her last name. Let's look her up. All right, Teresa Graves. Teresa Graves. Let's get Christy Love. All right, so next up we have Sweet Sugar. That's Phyllis Davis. She's an awesome man. And this is also a combo pack. She says, well, when you have it all together, you don't have to run off at the mouth. Straight from the cane field right here. There you go, Sweet Sugar. Sugar Bowman is what they call her. All right. And I believe this is also from Vinegar Syndrome too, I believe. Yep. All right, so next up we would have let's move them back out of order, shall we? All right, so I have reversed the artwork too. This is how it looks. Looks totally badass too also. Apologize about the glare, guys. Trying to move around to get some of that off. Black Mama, White Mama. My favorite. Got everybody in this one, along with Pam Grier. Nothing special, just a card. And this is the DVD. And this is the Blu-ray. So what I did is I just moved the Blu-ray to the front. That's all I did. And then reversed the artwork on it. Beautifully done by Earl. Some of my boutique label collections. Black Mama, White Mama. Also, next up, I had reviewed this before. Just showing y'all guys what it is now too. Also, Toys Are Not for Children, and one of my favorites too. Also, have this in that same section. It's another one by Earl. And I had everything already set up anyway. And I also have a new copy of Straight On Till Morning. Came out in 1972. This also comes with reversible artwork too also. Let me show you what the artwork looks like before I move it across. I like to do double features in here, so I did it Straight On Till Morning. Toys Are Not for Children. This movie will change you and inspire you. It's a book that's beautifully done. And there she is right there. That's a good, beautiful shot of that exploitation shot. All right, so let's get into the book, guys. I had told the story already about this already, so I'm just briefly just going over it now because I already had pretty much told the story of how it was. I'm just going over the book on this one. This is my Sex Exploitation, 2nd Street. GrindHouse Fever, Volume 1, or shall I say Collection 1 from my new estimated shelf. I had to cover that up real fast from my new shelf. Well, reorganized shelf, shall I say. All right, so that goes on like that. All right, and then next up we had Coffee. It's another Jerry Gross film, yeah. So Pam Grier. The girl who creamed you as Foxy Brown now creams you as Coffee. Sounds like a public menace. Sure do. Pam Grier, she ruled the black driving circuit. She was like all-time favorite, rolling along with the rest of them. Moving on. All right, guys, so these are the next that rolled, so I had to put them back together along with that drive-in. This will be the second ultimate drive-in wheel on this one, and the last part of the features. So all these will make up that drive-in particular wheel. All right, guys, so first up we have Ron O'Neill's Superfly. He's out for the big one, baby. You get it? The big one. And then you would have Fred Williamson, Black Caesar. Then you would have Hell Up in Harlem, Fred Williamson again. He's doing it again. That's the Godfather. Looks like you're trying to set yourself up for business. Then we have Bucktown. And we have Vigilante. One of my favorites, also, always. And of course, you know, Coffee. Only thing I'm gonna put over here that's gonna be next will be Dolomite and Truck Turner. It's gonna be over here because I do also have them on my hard drive. So whatever you don't see here, I also do have other places too. So yeah, so I do have a massive wheel when it comes to the Black Exploitation cinema. So I just have them on hard drive, and then I just add it to them as they come in. So guys, thank you for all of you guys checking me out. And I know this has been a lengthy review, but I haven't done a review in a while, so I just figured I'd come at y'all guys to show y'all what I've been watching. And this is what we've been watching predominantly. A lot of black action cinema and GrindHouse cinema from the 42nd Street. I decided to put it into one big gigantic wheel and do a massive review on what that featured wheel is about. So guys, click that like button and subscribe if you like what I do. And leave me some notifications on some of the good stuff that you're watching in your lab. And thank you all for checking out Popcorn and Gore Gothic GrindHouse. If you're on my Facebook page, check me out at Terror from the Basement. And tonight's double feature will be coming from off of the Chalk Festival wheel. I'll be rolling a lot of trailers from the groups, and it's going to be called Black Action. Centerfied wheel coming up next. It's going to be for 2 to 3 volumes of nothing but black action and black cinema. And I'll make my own wheel up predominantly of all the stuff that you see featured here. So yeah, guys, thank y'all for all your likes, and I'll see y'all on the next wheel. And as always, keep collecting. Peace.